Okay, so starting with your stud finder, locate the studs in the wall. Mark the position with a pencil, and then move the stud finder down and go over the wall again and see if you can line up the two marks. If you can, you know that there's a stud in that position. I just made sure the marks were nice and clear, and then I checked for a stud on the other side. So what I've ended up with is a stud over there on the left and another one there on the right. The shelf isn't that wide, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up the shelf on the left hand side with that stud, and I'm going to put a timber screw into that left hand hole, which is going to give that shelf a lot more holding power. I use my laser to get a level line and just double check it with a spirit level. Notice that there is an arrow on the back of the bracket, and that has to point upwards because there are screw holes underneath the slides used for fastening the shelf into place. So just put the bracket on the wall, line it up with the level, and make sure that the left hand hole is over where the stud position is. Then I simply use a pencil and I just mark all the holes. You don't have to mark every hole on the bracket, but I just did because I wasn't sure which holes I was going to end up using. Obviously, the more wall anchors you put in, the stronger the bracket's going to be. I'm using a 60mm timber screw for the hole that's going to be lined up with the stud. So you want that screw to be quite long so that it goes through the plasterboard into the timber. Then I'm using drywall anchor plugs for the other holes. I'll leave a link in the description below for everything that I've used. You simply push the plastic anchor in and then screw it. If it's a little bit tight, you might need to use a hammer to get it going. Then screw them flush with the wall. Once that's done, I start screwing in the far side holes just to get them in place. I don't want to over tighten them just yet. Now I'm going to screw in the screw into the timber stud. So I'll get that one in, and then I'll screw in the other ones into the anchors. Just using those 3 screws, it's pretty sturdy. Then all you have to do is slide the shelf into place. Just line up the holes and slide it on. If you found this content helpful, please consider subscribing to the channel. It really helps us a lot. Thank you. After that, just screw in the 2 holding screws underneath. Use an eraser just to rub out any marks that you've made on the wall with a pencil. And there you have it. This shelf should actually hold around 20 kgs. Those drywall anchors do 5 kgs each, and the timber screw will actually do pretty well on the one end. And that's it. That's how you hang a floating shelf on a drywall. Hope you've enjoyed this content. See you in the next video. God bless.